You spend hours on your speech preparing. You've got your facts, you've got your data, you've got your statistics all lined up. You deliver it, and the room just doesn't respond in the way you expect. Nobody seems engaged, nobody's nodding, and you're thinking, why the hell didn't that land? I'll tell you exactly why, and it's not your content. I've been studying public speaking for over 3 years now. The good speakers, the bad speakers, the ones that own the room, and the ones that lose it in the first 30 seconds. And the difference comes down to one thing, that most people never get taught. So in this video, I'm going to go through why facts alone are killing your speeches, how the human brain actually makes decisions, and exactly how you can get your audience to act on everything that you say. And if you want the full framework on building a presentation that can actually influence your audience, I put together this framework right here. The link is in the description below, and I will send this over so you can have your own personal copy for free. First things first, let me take you on a little journey that both you and I do. We go to the supermarket. And when you go to the supermarket, you tell yourself before, all right, I'm not gonna get any bad food. I'm gonna stay healthy, I'm gonna keep to my diet, and I'm gonna stick to the promise that I made. That's the decision that you make before you even walk into the supermarket. But then you walk into Tesco. Tesco's my go-to. You walk into Tesco and you smell that bakery section at the back and you're thinking, oh, that smells good. So you walk to the back and then you see them. They're staring straight into your eyes, deep into your soul. And you think, they're a bit of me. Chocolate chip cookies. The exact ones that you told yourself that you weren't going to buy. And you think, they're gonna taste nice. You imagine how they'll taste. You imagine how they will feel whilst you're eating it. And then you think, fuck it. And you grab them and you chuck them straight into your basket. Then when you go round and continue with your shop, you then start justifying why you put them in the basket in the first place. You start thinking, I did an extra 15 minutes on my run today, so I deserve these cookies. And that's how humans make decisions. Not logically first, but emotionally first. They use emotion and they back it up with logic after to make themselves feel better. That is how all humans make decisions. Now going back to your presentations, if you use facts first, yeah, they might agree with you logically, but you haven't built that emotional connection yet. And without that emotional connection, you'll never fully get your audience. Because people need to feel it before they can fully buy into it. Logic explains, but emotion decides. And I know this from my own life. When I was training for my fights, recovery was everything. Sleep was the most important part for my training. Because if I didn't sleep well, I didn't train well. So I wore a smartwatch to track all my sleep. Every single morning I'd wake up and the first thing that I'd do is check my sleep data. How much deep sleep did I get? How much REM sleep did I get? How much total sleep did I get? Was it good? Was it bad? Some mornings, the data was great, but on some mornings, it wasn't. And on the mornings it wasn't, before I'd even got out of bed, before I even had a drink of water, I had already decided that today was going to be bad. That today my training wasn't going to be as good. And because of that, my training suffered. My reaction times were off, my performance was off, and I just felt shit. And all of that was because of the facts I told myself before I even started. So I changed it around. As soon as I woke up, I got my watch off my wrist and I chucked it into my drawer. I then carried on with my day and I would look at the data at the end of the day to see how my sleep was and to see how my score was. And doing it this way, I had a lot less bad days. You see, the facts weren't the enemy, the timing of them was. And it's the same thing with your presentations. Using facts is not the enemy. The timing of when you use them is. So this is what you need to do instead to make sure you connect with your audience first. You need to tell a story. Not just any story, but a story that makes them feel the point that you want them to walk away with. Because before you even think about what story to tell, you need to answer this question. What do you want them to think, feel, or do after listening to you? And once you know that, you can find a story that creates that feeling to get the connection you want with your audience. Find the feeling first, then build the story around that feeling. And here's how you're going to do it. You're going to go through your phone. I'm going to do it as well in real time. When you see a photo, it will spark a memory. For example, I forgot about this one right here, a black eye. Now this story, I can relate it to experiencing something for the first time. Another one we could go through. What have we got here? New York meeting Dylan Dennis. Now this could be a story how meeting your idols can be a very inspiring moment and it can motivate you to do more. Now, if you had a presentation about role models, that is a story that you could include. But you want to go through your phone and you will find these stories, the ones that you can use in your presentations. These small moments, moments that are going to build that emotional connection with your audience. And like I said, if you want to learn the full framework to support you with the rest of your presentation, the link is below to get that poster, which will help you put it all together. But then once you've got that connection, you bring the facts in. And here's where most people get it wrong. They use facts that everybody has heard before, that everybody knows. And if your fact doesn't make someone go, oh, wow, I didn't think about it in that way. Or, oh, I've never heard of that before. It's not doing its job. It needs to be a contrarian. Use something that shocks them, something that they haven't heard before. And if you really want it to land, you need to anchor it. You take something that they don't know and you anchor it to something they do know. You compare it to something they do know, so then they can understand it and visualize it in real time. Let's say you told a story on mental health. You need a fact. So instead of saying X amount of people commit suicide every single year, you could say, by the end of this presentation, in the next 10 minutes, 30 men will have taken their own life. Now, it's not a number anymore. That is happening in real time. It's happening right now whilst they're watching you present. And it will make them feel it even more, because facts tell, but stories sell. And that fact that I used right there, I made it up. I don't even know if it's true. Not one bit. Actually, I'm going to search it. I'm going to search it right now. Approximately 14 people die by suicide every 10 minutes. So if you're going to tell a story, then use a fact after. You could say, now whilst you've been sitting here listening to me, over the last 10 minutes, 14 people have committed suicide. So now they feel it and they can visualize it in real time. So let's bring this all together. The facts that you use aren't the problem. The timing of when you use them is. So you're going to connect emotionally first, find that story to create that feeling that you want your audience to have, and then back it up with a fact. Use that fact and make it impossible to ignore. And you'll do that by informing the mind, but moving the heart. And that is how you use facts in presentations. Like I said, if you want the blueprint to creating an influential presentation, check out the link below for this poster. But not only do you get this poster, you also get 11 days of emails that I will send alongside to help you in the creation process. And if you found this video useful, you'll probably find this one useful too. So you should probably check it out. You know what time it is, gym time.